Allowed to say all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Um, I was watching, some videos, and it's funny because I'll be watching these videos that have nothing to do with friggin' Breakfast Club, but somehow it always auto replays to these degenerates. So just listen to what this guy has to say, man.
Telling against. I get it. You don't believe in the government. Some of y'all think it's a hoax. It's just a distraction to put up 5G towers. You refuse to submit to martial law. Whatever it is you're telling yourself that you learned on YouTube, you're wrong. All right? Nobody wants to be at home right now. Do you think the NBA wants to be shut down? All right? This ain't no government conspiracy, bro. You know how many billions, multi-billions of dollars are being lost by companies every day? Trust me, nobody wants this to be over more than the white man. All right, the white man wants to get this economy back going ASAP, and he can't do that unless we, as a society, flatten this curve by staying home.
You heard it first. He says the white man wants to get this economy back and running, and we have to help him. So all of that talk that Charlamagne, speaks, it's just bullcrap. Because if you want to help your enemy now full well, when he comes back into his full power, he's gonna oppress you. But you want him to be at his full power. Doesn't that mean that it's like you're scheming against yourself? So I want my enemy to be back in charge of the house, but I know once he's back in charge of the house, he's gonna have me as a slave in the house. But right now the house is burnt down, so I'm not a slave. I'm free to do whatever I want. But no, it's like kamikaze pilots. Them people kill themselves off to kill their enemy. But Jake has a spirit of a coward on him, where he's not willing to die so that his people can be free. Like, I want to live, I want to be a slave, I want to help the white man get his economy back so we can go right back to being slaves, because at the end of the day, I'd rather the white man be in charge than a bunch of niggas. And that's how Charlamagne thinks. He's a fencer. One time we'll be talking about how black people need to do this and that, and other time we'll be talking about it's a good thing that the white man is in charge. This is why they call Babylon a place of confusion, because you have these confused niggas who actually don't really want to be royal, who really don't want to be regal. They just want to be, Esau's slaves. Just weak. Let's just listen to what crap he has to say.
Black man to black man, brother to brother.
Did you see?
Really not just to Rashawn, but any
black man to black man.
Other anti-social distances that happen to be black. I don't know if you've read, but black people are disproportionately impacted by the coronavirus. Yep. Early data shows black people are being infected and dying at higher rates than any other demographic. I know when corona first hit the streets, you Negroes spread that lie on social media that black people can't get coronavirus. Well, the survey says that was a lie. Okay, why? Because black people already are impacted by a whole bunch of other pre-existing medical conditions, from diabetes to heart disease. So of course, coronavirus gonna run through our communities. So when you, Rashawn, choose to be an anti-social...
So this guy, he's just coming full on with the propaganda, man. He's gonna be telling you that Jake's is, the most likely to get infected or the most vulnerable group. So he's gonna right along with that propaganda of them targeting black people and looking at black people. I can't look at this stupid nigga's face, man. He looks like a complete friggin' degenerate, man. But let's just get into some scriptures here, because this really just pissed me off, man. This guy doesn't even realize he's helping his enemies with their agenda. The real donkey of the day is actually Charlamagne the devil. We're gonna go to Ecclesiastes 9:16. Then I said, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of wise men are heard and quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. As you can see here, emphasizing on the fact that, a poor man's wisdom is despised. People hate a poor man's wisdom. Ain't no one trying to tell people. You be warning people, telling, don't do this, don't do that. But they're going to look at you like, do you have any money though? So then why should I have to listen to you? And Jake loves oppression. Jake loves his own oppression. they say a wise man hates oppression, but Jake is not a wise man. Jake is a soddish child, so he loves oppression. I was talking to dude that lives around me. Is a Jake. He's got a woman. He's got a whole bunch of kids, but he's got a nice car. He's got an S8, Audi. I'm like, you must be enjoying the time right now because the roads are clear. You can actually, use your car. Paraphrasing what I said. He's like, no, I'm not enjoying this. I got nowhere to go. Can't even buy nothing. And the other day, and I was like, well, why should I give a crap about, coronavirus? He was trying to pretend he was in the same spirit as me, all laughing and joking. These times, not even a week ago, I see him with masks. I'm like, you wear a mask too? And he's like, yep, I got my mask, I've got my gloves. And this guy whipped out some hand sanitizer. So I was like, he's fully gone with it, like. And this is a man that's in charge and head of a family. So you can imagine if he's the bugged out and he's supposed to be head of the family, how bugged out is his whole family? Jake's a fool, man. You're being oppressed and you're talking about you're upset because you can't go out and you can't buy anything. Jake is like a woman. All he wants to do is just do silly stuff, just go places, not doing anything there, and just buy things because he likes to be distracted. He doesn't want to deal with reality. And when you tell people about reality, you're despised, because if you understand reality, you're not going to be chasing money like these idiots. And if you're not chasing materialism like these idiots, they're going to look at you like you're poor. So yeah, that's why a poor man's wisdom is despised, because you're not of this world, and people don't want anything that is contradictory to their reality. No one wants to deal with something who's contrary to their reality. You just want to deal with people on the same page as you, even if you're completely degenerate. These people are mad, man. You got Titus 1:10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. Now let's see what circumcision means in the Bible. It says circumcision was enjoined upon the biblical patriarch Abraham, his descendants, and their slaves as token of the covenant concluded with him by the Most High for all generations, an everlasting covenant. So to say especially day of the circumcision, it must mean especially day of the Abrahamic families. And Charlamayne might be a Jake. Who knows? He might be a damn Edomite, because you can't even tell these days. He's lost in the sauce, lost in e-sauce. But he's supposed to be a so-called black man, and he speaks as the other nations, but he'll sit there and he'll act as if he's on your side. 2 John 7. For many deceivers have gone out into the world, those who do not confess the coming of a Mashiach in the flesh. Such a one is a deceiver and an antichrist. So we all know Charlamagne is a deceiver and an antichrist, because he doesn't believe in the Most High. If he did, he wouldn't behave the way he did, with tattoos all on his back, talking all that rubbish, with his black lips, acting like he understands some sense. He ain't got no sense. He'd be telling you to basically enjoy your servitude because you can't rule. That's what Charlamagne will say to you. Well, black people can't run a society, so you might as well let the white man run it. But I'm all for my brothers. Straight deceiver, coon ass guy, man, little Sambo. Ecclesiastes 8:11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully setting them to do evil. So he sees the white man succeeding in his kingdom. He sees everybody doing bad, but enjoying the fruits of that bad. Everybody who does bad is living good. So to him, no one's being punished for being evil. So I might as well, get in on it. I might as well enjoy this stuff. I might as well sell myself out and be, Esau's man whore, which is what Charlamagne is. Charlamagne the demon, sitting there talking out his arse, acting as if he's for you people, and he's out there spreading propaganda, telling you are the face of the coronavirus. And you're like, most Jakes are gonna believe it, because they're just lost in the sauce and they don't want to deal with reality. They'd rather deal with Esau's reality, which is nothing but a fantasy. And with that, I'd like to say all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.